It took me 2,000 DMs, including follow-ups, to get one client. These are the brutally honest truths of building a business as a broke college student in 2026. This is Nipun Tadi, and I'm 21 years old, and I haven't made my first dollar in profit yet. I'm not talking about $10,000. I'm not talking about $1,000. I'm not even talking about $100. I'm talking about that very first dollar, and I haven't made it yet, but I'm about to make it very soon in the next 2 to 4 weeks. And I'm making this video because I want you to know what it takes to make that first extra dollar in 2026. At least this is what happened to me. This is the chapter that nobody talks about. This is the chapter that nobody films, and that's exactly why this does not look good on a thumbnail. And that's exactly why this video right now, which you are watching, is not going to get even 50 views at this point. But I want to have this recorded because once I become a millionaire, once I become the king, there are people who are going to come back to this video and then see that I am in the same shoes as most of other people. This video is going to be 15 minutes or even more. If you can't stay and watch this video for that long, you're not ready, and that's fine. But you will probably going to know the things the hard way. But if you do watch this video, I'm not saying these things won't happen to you. You will at least be prepared of what's coming ahead. I'm going to say exactly how the loneliness will look like. What happened to me in the past 3.5 years of me trying to make my first dollar. It took me 3.5 years to get to this stage. I started in November 2022 officially. This is March of 2026, March 22nd of 2026, and I am about to make my first dollar in profit in next 2 to 4 weeks. I've invested over $15,000 in education into business to make this $1 in profit. That's the price that I had to pay in terms of dollar amount, probably more than that. Amazon FBA was my first business model ever. I launched 2 products, both of them did decent sales. Well, we never made profits on those products. My investors lost money and they are still behind me, supporting me, and I'm grateful for that. After trying Amazon FBA for more than 3 years now, I've decided that I will take a break and go start an agency because it is zero upfront cost, there is no investment needed, and there are basically less external factors that is going to affect your business because there is no dealing with suppliers. You don't need to put in money. There are no shipping delays. There are no inspection delays of the product. There is no quality checking of the product. Everything is handled by you when you start an agency. And then I started my agency in the same niche, serving Amazon clients to improve their conversions. But my LinkedIn got suspended for 3 months straight, 3 times, and I gave up. So I pivoted to another business model, which is called growth operating. Basically, I help info businesses scale their info products. That's what I do, and that's what I like to do. If you're watching my videos, I've been recording the videos since November of 2025. That's when I started growth operating. It took me 2 months and over 2,000 DMs, 2,000 DMs, including follow-ups, 900 of new messages, 2,000 follow-ups to get one client for info business. When you first start out, it's not that I'm not in the best groups. I am in the best groups. I am in the monetized community of Himan Gadzi. And even though when you have that level of and resources, for some people, it just takes that amount of time, and you just need to agree that it takes that amount of time. It takes 2,000 DMs to get a one client. When you set the bar so high, even though when you get a client for 100 DMs, you would be like, oh, this is so easy. But if you just set the bar at 2,000, you know what the progress should look like. 30 DMs a day, every day for 3 months, that 900 DMs. Those are 900 DMs through Instagram. I see some people getting clients even without prior experience in like 2 weeks. There are only few people. Not everybody is getting that. If you see people who are saying, I got a client in 10 days, 10 emails. Last video, what I've made, I got a client in 10 emails. That's it. That's my second client. And I also said that in video that it took me 900 DMs to get my first client and 2 months. So getting a second client is much more easier once you know the process. Well, anyway, that is what it takes. And these 2 months were so harsh, lonely. You don't know if you're doing the right thing. The only way that you know that it's working is that when you get results. A lot of times it is very uncertain to know what is going to happen the next day or the next minute when you are doing outreach. And the only hope is to send them a follow up, having no shame in following up with the messages, and send them in so much volume that it negates luck. And that's what I had to do to get my first client. Well, after I got my first client, he broke the contract overnight and decided to launch a Stan store, decided to launch his own digital products with the help of stuff that I have given him. There is a share of mine in that. Well, I did not get paid for it. I just said, that's fine. I told him why it's not a good idea of a launch that he did. And we ended the partnership right there because he said there was a misalignment. I was like, fine, move on. So I lost that first partnership. And the first 3 days were very hard. I mean, I didn't know what to do. Do I need to follow up the same way? Do I need to record? Do I need to record the same outreach messages that I did 2 months ago? Or do I need to change it? Which niche should I select? First 3 days were really hard. And then Instagram comes in and says, you cannot send more than 10 messages. I was not able to send more than 10 messages a single day. And I was not able to reply to the stories of other creators. It sucked. And I was like, man, what is happening? I lost my client. I can't send more than 10 messages every single day. It means that I can only send 300 DMs. That's towards the end of the month. The first time it took me 2000 DMs along with follow-ups to get a client. When will I even able to get my second client? That was the answer that I need to give myself, but I didn't have it. I just did it. So I switched to email so that I can at least send 30 emails every single day. And it took me another 3 days to know what exactly that I need to say in my email and how should I structure myself, how should I structure my offer so that when an info business owner sees that email, they would be able to feel what I'm trying to say and they will get back to me. And I had to watch a lot of videos on YouTube. I basically took what Agency Accelerator said about emails, and I've watched few videos on YouTube on how I can structure my emails, especially Alex Hormozi's video, and there is another channel which is a small channel which is called Kim Black Unscripted. Kim Black Unscripted. He's one of my good friends. He made a video, a 40-minute long video, and he said email is working. And that was the only option that I had at that point. I've used my personal email that I've used for like 7-8 years. I just changed my profile pic, but the content I was giving in that email was so damn good that I got my client, my second client, in just 10 emails. And that's what I've shown last week. Well, in next 2 weeks, I'm going to make my first dollar in profit. That's inevitable. I'm going to do it. But before I do, I just wanted to say this. It takes this much amount of time. You have to be lonely for an extended period of time. You have to be an exception for an extended period of time to become an exceptional guy. That's what Alex Hormozi talks about all the time. And he's one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to building businesses. This is what it takes to make your first dollar. And the reality is this. There are very less people who are going to make their first dollar in less time. If you see people are doing that, they also did this much amount of work in the past so that when they choose a different business model, they are able to implement that knowledge into this business model. And the timing, the stars alignment, everything just worked for them to get their first dollar or make the first $1,000, make the first $10,000 in a month. It's not because they did something incredible in that month. It is just that they have did so much work in the past in different fields that now they're able to put that thing in this business, all the previous knowledge. Even though this is a new business model, they're able to do that stuff. And that's how you see people making money online fast. but they do not talk about the backstories. Before I end this video, I just want to read few lines of Alex Hormozi, and that is my exact plan in the next decade. The fastest way to become successful is to associate with the people who are more successful than you. This results in some of the fastest learning and behavior change that you can ever experience. The problem is they don't want anything with you. And that is the lonely chapter right there. So the solution for this is you have to find one thing you are more successful than them and give that thing freely at no cost, no tit for tat, freely without expectation. It's an unspoken code of people who are higher up. They're almost everybody are givers. The easiest way to see someone who is out of place is to spot the taker. Anyways, once you do actually provide value, help them to do something good they couldn't do before, or help them avoid something bad they used to have to deal with before, or get them the outcome they used to get faster and cheaper, they will hang out with you. Then you learn as much as possible from them and try and be the best in that group at everything. And when that happens, you will see that you are leader. And when that happens, they'll see you as a leader. You won't even have to say it. The power of dynamics will shift. This is my plan. There's no secret. I'm trying to find that one thing that I want to be more successful in most of the people, and go all in that, and then associate with people who are bigger than me and try to solve their problems and be the best at everything that they do, so that they naturally see me as a leader. So here is another final slides that I want to read off to end of this video, and this is what I stand by. This is what I already said in the previous week's video. I think I have not uploaded it, but I'm gonna upload it this week probably. Create more than you consume. Every post that I'm reading right now is from Alex Hormozi. Okay? Create more than you consume. Build more than you buy. Give more than you take. Do more than you say. Start more than you stall. Endure more than you complain. Success isn't a magic list that nobody knows. It's an obvious list that nobody does. This line is so good, so good. I just cannot even express it in my words. Success isn't a magic list that nobody knows. It's an obvious list that nobody does. It is so accurate, because nobody has what it takes in order to hit that success. Very few. And I'm lucky enough to be one of them. I haven't made it yet, but as long as I'm in the game, as long as I'm playing the game, as long as I do not quit, it is inevitable. And I know that. And this is what you should know when you start off a business as a broke college student. No matter where you are in the world, no matter how much you're suffering, everybody has different sufferings. All you need to do is eliminate everything that do not contribute to making money and do only the things that always contribute to the money. I know that there are things that are going to come in the way. That's fine. Get rid of them in 1 or 2 days and get back to your stuff which is going to actually make you money. As always, just grinding.